Now, each ark or mothership does not pertain to one specific race. There are, for example, 8 motherships that belong to one specific race. But what has happened over time is that the Sakaar, and I'll go into detail of who the Sakaar are, had taken control of these motherships beneath the earth. There are pyramids here as well. And they are using them as bases, as creating airborne diseases, for creating clones and armies detrimental to humanity. Putin, a white hat, he's not human. That's the only thing I'm allowed to say about that. He is for the people. The reason he infiltrated Ukraine was to stop the terrorism against human beings and gain control of that mothership and ark, which he has done. Unfortunately, a lot of these clones, they were in pain, and their service or their reason for incarnation was to destroy humanity, so they were taken off planet and destroyed. Israel lost. That is because the bioweapons in this mothership and the technologies far extend those in Ukraine. It's a final clean out. Now, the technologies that are there can be used for the good. Atlantis was built on a mothership, an ark on planet Earth. The powers were then used for nefarious agendas, so psionic powers. Exactly what was used for evil is now being used for good. The Draco, the Sakaar, are finally completely banned from this star system. That is huge. They can no longer enter any portals. The portals are guarded by the Numuk. The Numuk are a group of beings who were volatile and vicious, almost much like the Sakaar, the Draco reptilians, the royals. And they have now turned over to the light, and nothing survives in their presence. So I want you to know that the Sakaar, the royal caste among the reptilian races, is banished, gone. Humanity is liberated of them. We are free. The only thing remaining, quote unquote, are the satanic human beings, but they're being dealt with and removed very quickly. The location of the Sakaar is the Draco constellation. The distance from Earth, 11.5 to several hundred light years. They are malevolent. They are draconian reptilians, physically resembling other reptilians, and they may have horned skulls. They are also believed to be larger, stronger, and more athletic than their lesser cousins. The head of the Sakaar was Queen Elizabeth II, and they're often depicted as winged creatures. The average height is 14 to 30 feet tall. If you look online, they might have censored it, but when Putin visited Queen Elizabeth, you can actually see him. When he'd finished that meeting, he came out and he wouldn't go near Queen Elizabeth II. He actually looked white, and he got in the car and he told his driver that he'd just seen her shift into a reptile-looking being that was a watery dishcloth color. So, Sakaar. The average weight is up to 1,800 pounds, and they do have winged appendages, and they are huge beings. They're extremely clairvoyant and extremely clever, and they can also be extremely sinister. They have advanced skills in genetics and cybernetics, giving them the ability to control the minds of others. This has been the MK Ultra programs. And they've created hybrid life forms to serve the reptilian cause, which were taken off planet and destroyed. That is the domination of other races. Unfortunately, these Sakaar have now targeted other planets and beings and are destroying them. But for now, humanity is free. They are feared, but nothing should be feared in the light of God for their unparalleled technology, which has been stopped, extreme intelligence and highly developed communication skills, all of which are usually applied to the detriment of other races. They have colonized many other planets through violence and infiltration activities. They have been responsible for infiltrating Earth's governments in order to use the institutions against itself, and their aim eventually was to dominate Earth. But they have failed completely. They are banished. They view humans as a vastly inferior race, as slaves, and as prey. So the Sakaar draconian reptilians, or simply Sakaars, are reputedly one of the most powerful, respected because of that, and ancient reptilian races, and are descended from royalty. Where do you think the royalty on Earth came from? Other lesser reptilians are descended from the Sakaars. Sakaars, like I said, are much more powerful and bigger than their cousins. Through human eyes, these creatures are monsters, ranging up to 30 feet in height, and they may live for thousands of years as well. Sakaars are ruled through a monarchy and have great reverence for their queens. They first came to Earth hundreds of thousands of years ago, and they eat their prey, usually humans, live, and get a rush from the dying throes of their victims. They had a powerful military control and control many other races throughout the galaxy, such as the Zeta Grey Reticulans, who do much of the dirty work for the Sakaars. Not all Greys are bad, such as human abductions throughout galactic history. Sakaars and the Lyrans have been mortal enemies. As with most reptilians, Sakaars allegedly continue to this day to seek the enslavement of the human race. They failed. They are gone. And they were operating from deep within Earth's underground. So that is the Sakaars, right? The Draco, the Sakaars, are banned from the star system, like I said, and will be destroyed and neutralized with immediate effect if they come anywhere near our portals again. And as I said, they are causing other effects on other planets, but not Terra right now. So, what are the new terminologies for the new Earth? God is consciousness. Planet Earth is Terra. Human beings are Terrans. We are soon reconnecting to the galaxy, as our payment system has now been value-backed or gold-backed to do intergalactic trade with. That is what is next. The Ark that is being built in Jupiter, the Mothership in the orbit of Jupiter, was a gift given to us by the Alteans. And they also just, a lot like human beings. If you think of a Palladian, they're very much like human beings, and they're nearly identical to humans on Earth. For me, just a lot more physically appealing. I'll see if I have time to go into a little bit more detail about them. We had to, as human beings, reach a certain level of consciousness to work with certain technologies, 5D and above, including technologies that expand consciousness. That is what is next. And that is why I say these heart scans are important, because the Mother Ark in Africa, we have something called the Mall of Africa. And I've been to this Altean gifted space ark, spaceship for us, and it is 3-4 times the size of Earth. I didn't say more, 5 times. I drew a picture of it, which I'll share with you, but on the outside, there are a lot of neon lights as well, reds, greens, blues, inside as well. That's where trade happens, intergalactic. Food, we come together over food, communication, sharing technologies, learning about other cultures. There are humanitarian initiatives and projects that have already been funded that are working on space travel to this ark.